Last tackle. Speechley with the clearing kick. Sean Connor on his own 20. Takes the football and comes back. The key, I think, though, also we were talking about this off air in the halftime break, is Mounties have trademark is coming home at the back end of games in the last 20 minutes, and that's going to be East Campbelltown's challenge.
Yes, Mounties were behind 12-4 last week at half-time before coming away with a good win. So now East Campbelltown here, they need to start well.
And here comes Uzi Tautai out of dummy half. Makes about 12. He's tackled 40 out from that Mounties goal line. Quick play the ball. Here's now Chris Standing, his first touch off the interchange bench. That's the extra X factor that the Eagles can bring in. He played in that 2014 grand final side at halfback, and he gets the penalty as well for lying down over the tackled player from referee Damien Briscoe. First movement from Chris Standing in the match off the interchange bench is a key one.
He had no choice there, referee Briscoe, but to give a penalty. Now here goes East Campbelltown, keeping the pressure on.
Big Fred Tavaga, he is built like the side of a house. He's going to be playing at 12 metres out from the Mounties goal line. Here they go again, they go blindside this time. Palumbo, short pass is a beauty! And there's the try straight away! First try of the second half. Key moment in this game, one suspects. And the try's been scored. Tovio just inside the right-hand corner. But what about that pass from Ronnie Palumbo down the right-hand blind side?
Palumbo, that's class. That right-hand little flick. He got the ball away and to find the try scorer there. He brings in. What a great start by East Campbelltown.
Well, they got that. It all came from that penalty that Chris Standing earned late in the tackle count, the repeat set. And then they counted numbers beautifully down the right-hand flank. Here it is here. They went to the blind side. Palumbo with the show and go and the beautiful flick pass. Yep. Tovio to score. 10 metres in from the right-hand corner post.
That was a quality play by the back row. Again, off his left foot, was able to pull in two defenders, and then that little short flick pass to put the try scorer away. Again, quality play there by East Campbelltown.
So here's Ben Baker with the conversion. The vital try at the start of this second half. In recent weeks, Mounties had found themselves behind in this final series. Belrose led them 24-4 in the first qualifying final 3 weeks ago, and the Seagulls, as we mentioned, led them 12-4 last week. They're going to have to dig deep to come from behind again here. And
it's a big kick. If they can lead by 8, again, they'll have plenty of momentum then, East Campbelltown.
He's 12 metres in from that eastern touch, right in front of that hard core of East Campbelltown supporters. They'll tell you that whether he's got this or not, because you'll hear the cheer all the way from Campbelltown, one suspects. A proud club, this Eagles club. Already premiers at this level. Can they do it again? Baker looks all right. There's the roar of the supporters. They're on their feet on that little bay on the eastern side. And Ben Baker has 4 goals from 4 attempts, and the Eagles have their 8-point lead now at 20-12, 5 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, it didn't look like missing that kick, did he? The way he struck it, as soon as he hit it, he knew it was over. Again, Mount Pitchard, that's not the start that the coaches wanted in this half.
Even though it's grand final day, there is no off-season. Stay up to date on all the latest on the New South Wales Rugby League's junior reps, VB Blues, Intrust Super Premiership and much more via the official NSWRL website, www.nswrl.com.au. It's where you're at right now, watching this coverage of Grand Final Day 2016 as East Campbelltown ruck it out. Fusi Tautai, he's big enough to be a back row forward, isn't he, Matt, to take some pressure off his tiring forwards for a hit-up or two. And Guy Thompson joins in and he's tackled on halfway.
Yeah, he's done plenty of work, Tautai, and he's certainly a handful every time he carries the ball. Oh, great. Oh.
The short pass was a beauty for Wade Dunley. That's the second time he's put a pass down. Went in the clear. Brad Speechley turns the football over. And he's away. He's through Brad Speechley. No one in front. He has to put the foot to the floor. The defence comes.
Great.
Mason Talalua makes the tackle. 15 out from the East Campbelltown goal line. This is where the Mulga can be dangerous. Sage Wilder, who opens up to Blake Ritchie, steps back into traffic. He's going to be playing at about 12 metres out now from that East Campbelltown goal line, right in front of the posts.
They need to be patient here, Mounties. Okay, East Campbelltown are starting to struggle a little bit. They just need a bit of patience.
Ben Shahood, 5 out from dummy half. It's Coochie. Coochie's over. Luke Coochie, the former Penrith product, scores next to the right-hand upright. And in the twinkling of an eye, there's the Mounties countback straight away. 6 gone second half. and the Mounties draw it back to within 4 and probably within 2 in the twinkling of an eye.
Yeah, it was a little bit too easy there out of dummy half, wasn't he? He showed left and came right, was able to shrug underneath one poor attempt to tackle to dive over, right beside the post. Great hit back by Mounties.
And it came from the Brad Speechley break, didn't it? When he found some tied forwards. Here's the lead up here. It was Coochie from dummy half, ducking under a couple of tackles and scoring next to the right-hand upright. That goal line defence, Coach Richard Barnes would not have been impressed with that. They should have manned up a little bit better on their own goal line. Here comes Sage Wilder leaving the field. The 4th interchange for the afternoon for the Mulga.
He's been dangerous Speechley every time he's touched the ball, hasn't he, for Mounties? Again, you know, he's a show and go. There's not much of him, but again, there's plenty of heart. He's got a lot of speed, very good left foot step, and again, he's not frightened to cop a bump either.
So Jake Horton with another simple conversion. We haven't had a goal kick missed today so far, not wanting to put the commentator's curse on anyone now, but he should really make no mistake here, the leading point scorer in the competition. He doesn't. Makes no mistake. He's got 3 from 3.
Got a 2-point.
Back to a 2-point ball game, 8 minutes into the second half.
Yes, there's still plenty of football left in here now.
Absolutely, and there's no better way to support the New South Wales Blues than by being a part of Blatchy's Blues. Visit nswrl.com.au and click on membership to show that you're true blue. Sean Connor back in the centre to restart play then. And you just get the feeling, Matt, that this match is going to go right down to the wire if East Campbelltown can hang in there, because both sides have still plenty of points in them.
Yes, they attack-wise, both teams are doing very well, very, very well. Again, we probably need to tighten up the defence around the ruck a little bit here at the East Campbelltown.
Cicino back on the field now after replacing Wilder. He's 25 metres out from his own goal line. Numbers to the blind side, and Miley Lee, the 5'8", heads to the ground in the hurry in that tackle. With Guy Thompson, 10 short of halfway. Now taking off from dummy half, Coochie again. He's certainly made an impact since he's come off the interchange bench. Josh Toole now makes about another 9 with that scamper. We're at the last tackle, and now it comes to Horton standing at 5'8". I don't think he expected that pass, but he puts the kick up anyway. Oh, it had a look for Sean Connor. Had a bobble, but eventually he's grasped 15 metres out from his own goal line.
Signs of Lachlan Coote from Friday night there, but he did well to hang on to it.
Here comes Ben Baker. Oh, solid defence. Luke Speechley over the top. Didn't miss him, but he gets out the other side. Does the 2015 Player of the Year. And now taking off from dummy half. It's a good run.
Here comes
Silva, 12 short of halfway. Tautai. This is where he loves to roam. Oh. And he gets out of 2 and 3. Great run from this bulky, powerful winger. 45 out from the Mounties goal line they are. Palumbo down the blind. Watch for those offloads. Eventually, can't get the pass away that time, goes to ground in the tackle. Now it's crossed to Standing on the last. With a midfield bomb, it's come off the side of the boot and allowed to bounce. It's gone backwards. It's a shocker.
It is.
Well, coming straight, literally off the interchange bench, it's Babylon, the Frenchman. Puts the clearing kick in behind the defence. It's not a bad one. Horton's in his own in-goal area, but he gets out well. And he ducks under a high one and eventually goes to ground in the tackle. Well, Vince Babylon, the Frenchman, eventually came virtually straight off the interchange bench to pick up the football and get the clearing kick away.
The double kick, Tony, it always causes problems. Again, first kick was very poor, but the second kick by the Frenchman was excellent.
Mounties playing it through Luke Speechley on their own 30, and it's Cicino up the centre again. He gets an offload away. And now it's Josh Toole. He's 12 short of halfway. This game now opening right up, still being played at this frenetic pace that it started with what seems an eternity ago now. They're on halfway, the Mulga. Down by 2, 10 minutes gone, second half. Brad Speechley gets the clearing kick away. He's found a bit of open space. Baker has to go, Mustakis has to go back to his own goal line, the will-o'-the-wisp. But he's got this wall there. Spectacular tackle by Brad Speechley over the top, puts him to the ground. Sean Connor from dummy half now.
He showed a lot of courage there, Mustakis, to put his body on the line and charge into that line, didn't he?
No shortage of courage there. Fusi Tautai, short pass. Fatovio is tackled on halfway. You get the feeling there's a lot more tries left in this contest. John De Silva now from dummy half. That pass looks suspiciously forward. It's flicked out the back from Tautai for no one. He heard a call from someone. It must have been Cicino. And now they can turn on the counter. Cecino is tackled on halfway. If anything, Matt, the pace of this game has even increased.
That's what's causing the mistakes now. Again, both teams starting to tire.
They go towards the open side. And it's carted ahead now by Josh Toole for the Mulga.
They need to hang on here, East Campbelltown.
35 metres out from the East Campbelltown line. Brad Speechley shows and goes. Horton into the back line. The long pass. Seaver. Here's trouble. Seaver for the corner. Great tackle.
Great tackle.
Ben Baker again. That's twice now. 3 metres out from the goal line. Horton back to the centre they come with Luke Speechley. Luke Speechley's grass 7 out in the tackle of Wade Dunley. 5 tackles gone. He's felt that tackle too. Luke Speechley. He stayed down. Referee has stopped the clock. What a battle this has been. Look at them. They're both out on their knees, Seaver and Ben Baker. And the battle is just about even.
Tony, Baker might be a prolific try scorer with 28 tries so far this year, but I'll tell you what, his try saves in this game have been enormous and it kept Campbelltown in the game. That's the 3rd time in this game he stopped a try. Great work by the winger, Ben Baker.
And second man on man with Maiko Seaver, the Fijian freak that is opposite him down this flank. Luke Speechley is in the hands of that trainer now. He's not quite 100%. The trainer's looking at him carefully. He's up to his feet, Luke Speechley. And eventually, he's going to play the ball when the dummy half arrives. In Luke Cucci. He's there now. Referee Briscoe restarts the clock. It's the last tackle. Brad Speechley. Numbers out wide to Miley Lee. Grab a kick into the in-goal area. That's too big.
Yes. They let him off the hook there. 7 tackles coming up here for Campbelltown. Again, they're taking their time.
They are. The New South Wales Rugby League has launched a number of innovative formats. It's weights and mates and Friday night nines for players of all ages and all sizes, with competitions kicking off soon. Get involved at nswrl.com.au. East Campbelltown lead by 2 here, and they go to the blind side now with Mason Talalua. He's 10 short of halfway. Brad Speechley lucky not to be penalised for hanging on a bit too long there, I thought, but it's carted ahead by Michael Stevens. Now going into an acting hooker role, 5 short of halfway. Dunley, Thompson up the centre. Tackled halfway line. 3 tackles gone. Now the spark from Dunley from dummy half. The extra options at half and 5/8 and hooker. And now John De Silva. He puts a clearing kick in behind the defence. Taken there on the goal line by Shannon Chapman, who comes back at the East Campbelltown defence and is put to the ground. What a grand final this is. And he's lost it. Shannon Chapman getting up to play the football. Cardinal sin.
Great.
Absolute clanger from Shannon Chapman, and that opens the door for East Campbelltown.
Certainly a great kick chase there by Silver. Again, he put the kick in to that right-hand corner and he did all the work himself. He chased his own kick and made the tackle, and then the big fella forced a mistake in the play the ball. Again, that's a crucial play, you know, and it's a bad mistake by the Mounties player, again, to put his side under so much pressure down there.
And that's the first real mistake they've made in this second half, as the scrum is going to be packed. You can hear these Eagles supporters. Listen to them now. They're on their feet on that eastern side. Yeah. They're gone. The chant. The Eagles chant. They're a proud club, the East Campbelltown club. They win the scrum. Michael Stevens, the show and go. Sean Connor injects himself, slips as he comes to the defence, gets up again. He's tackled 10 metres out from that Mounties goal line. Fusi Tautai up the centre. Takes the hit up. There's 7 out, the Eagles. De Silva hops into dummy half. Michael Stevens out into the right-hand side. Dunley throws the dummy. Great defence, drags him to the ground. 9 out from the Mounties goal line. Again, they go blind to Silva. Palumbo slips, flicks the pass out the back to Tovio. Tovio beats one on hands and knees. 4 metres out from the goal line. Here's Dunley. To the open side, Stevens. Grab a kick in behind the defence. Seaver's back there. They've got him! And they pin him in his own in-goal area. Look at that! 7 of them are up there. They make sure that the Fijian flyer went nowhere fast that time.
Gee, that's commitment by East Campbelltown. That's a great kick by Stevens, and you can see the amount of chase by that and the desperation by East Campbelltown to keep the big Fijian winger inside his own goal line. Great play. Here's a chance for East Campbelltown to mount some pressure here.
Keep up to date on all things in New South Wales Rugby League via the official Twitter feed. Search for the @NSWRL handle. Mounties with the dropout.
Captain Glassy back on the field now to inspire his team for Mounties.
Well, they need some inspiration. At least they need something to defend here. They've got to hang on as Guy Thompson carts it ahead. He's rumbled across the sideline, across to the sideline, the touch line. He's tackled 25 out. They come across to the open side to the Eagles now. Summer Savau, who scored their second try in the first half. 22 metres out from the Mounties goal line. Across to Stevens. Mason Talalua. Short pass for Ben Baker. Dragged to the ground from behind. Brad Speechley made the tackle. They're 10 out. Talalua. He can be dangerous. Short pass for the Frenchman, Bablon. Bablon is 4 metres out next to the left-hand upright. De Silva at dummy half. Stevens. Short pass. Palumbo. Stevens was ironed out after he got rid of the ball. He's down in back play. We're at the last tackle. Dunley grubbers into the in goal, but Horton gets out into the field of play. Stevens has taken his time to get up to his feet. He's up now, but he was ironed out after he got rid of the ball, and it appeared that everyone's missed it. Sam Iega comes away now. He's tackled on his own 20.
Great play by Horton in at fullback there for Mounties positionally, and then to get himself out of the in goal and get himself into the field of play.
Luke Speechley with a good run is up to his own 30. And now here come the Mulga, trying to turn defence into attack. What a grand final this has been so far. And you get the feeling there's a few stings left in the tail. Alex Cicino is up the centre now. What a start to grand final day, Matt Parrish. If the next two games are as good as this one, we're in for a feast to end the season.
Yeah, fantastic. And this is what grand final footy's all about.
Horton with the clearing kick straight down to Ben Baker, who takes it on his own 20. He's got a black wall waiting for him, led by the kicker Horton. He's 25 out from his own goal line.
Yeah, great positional play there by the winger. Here goes the fullback, Connor
Sean
from dummy
Connor,
half.
good run. It is too. There's lots of ground to be made directly behind the rucks, I fancy here. Fusi Tautai pinches another 15 of those metres. He's tackled there, 45 out. From that Mounties goal line, surely foul Tui Galima was never square, but the referee, Damien Briscoe, has kept the whistle in the pocket. Stevens from dummy half. Across it comes now, through the hands of Dunley again. Glassy there to make the tackle over the top. We're at the last tackle. 35 out from the Mounties goal line. Stevens goes to the air. That kick has been shanked off the side of the boot. But beautifully taken, Miley Lee. Might be 5'8" today, but he has got plenty of wing and fullback experience. And Horton gets out from inside his own 20.
That was a terrific leap and catch by the 5'8" lead for Mount Pritchard there.
There's no better way to support the New South Wales Blues than by being a part of Blatchy's Blues. Visit nswrl.com.au and click on membership to show your true blue. Oh, that tackle looked to be a bit high, I thought. But referee Briscoe allowed play to go on. Luke Speechley has already copped a couple of high ones today.
He certainly has. He's certainly a handful, isn't he?
Over halfway the Mounties are. They're at the last tackle. Speechley with the clearing kick. I think that's taken a deflection, but it's play on, and Mustakis is there on his own 20. Both sides now blinking, waiting for the error. As Mustakis gets out of one, hits out of two, and he's almost through. What a great run from the club stalwart, 10 short of halfway. And now hopping out from dummy half, it's Sama Savau joining in to 5 short of halfway. Now Dunley to Palumbo. Palumbo gets out of 2 and 3. And he's still going the second rower. He's 35 out from the Mounties goal line. Stevens now from dummy half, directly behind the ruck. He's almost through. He is through, Stevens. Horton has to make the desperate one-on-one tackle. They're 10 metres out, the Eagles now. Dunley from dummy half. Short pass, Tovio. Great tackle. Superb hit by Alex Cicino in the last line. They're right on the goal line in the last tackle. It's across now, looking towards Mustakis, but Mustakis has rumbled to the ground. Shannon Chapman read that play like a book. It's a handover. Great defence, Mounties. They're playing at 15 out from their own goal line. And now some push and shove with Mustakis, who is defying the weight and height disadvantage on Shannon Chapman to get right in amongst it.
He's certainly a live wire, little Mustakis, but some great desperate defence by Mounties, and that's the stuff, the sort of stuff that wins grand finals. First, a great ball and all tackle, and then to finish that set to stop the ball with Mustakis there, terrific. Great work, Mounties.
Sometimes, as you say, Matt, it's the defence and the tries you save that are just as important as the tries you score. And as we reach the championship quarter of this grand final now, the last 20 minutes, I'm sure that'll be key as Brad Speechley jumps out of a couple of tackles and he's still going the half. He can be dangerous. This is where Mounties can burn you. In the last 20 minutes, the back end of games, that's where they've won both of their finals so far. Luke Speechley is 10 short of halfway after that run.
Yeah, they need to find some energy here. East Campbelltown in defence here because they're getting a few offloads and they're starting to go through the middle here again. Mount Pritchard.
Terry Glassy links up out wide to the right-hand side, and it's Tauи Galima. But the defence is there. Coming in over the top was Fusi Tautai. They're 40 out from the East Campbelltown goal line. But you sense that they're starting to brew something up here, the Mulga, as Brad Speechley is tackled on tackle number 5, 32 metres out. They go to Jake Horton on the last with the clearing kick straight down the throat of Sean Connor. Not the best of kicks. He's lost it, Sean Connor, in the tackle. Referee has ruled play on, that it was played at by Mounties. And it's 6 more tackles. Well, I'm not so sure about that. I thought Sean Connor lost the football cold as it's carted ahead for the Eagles by coming in Guy Thompson on his own 30. Who's Fusi Tautai again? He's almost through. Dragged to the ground from behind.
Gee, I'd like to have $1 for every hit-up Tautai's done today. He must be up into the 20s.
Oh, he is a real workhorse. Doing those sorts of runs, getting out from inside his own half as Guy Thompson is tackled on halfway. Now it's the Frenchman, Bablon. He's up over the Mounties 40, 35 out from the Mounties goal line. We're at the last tackle. Michael Stevens gets the clearing kick away. Might be too big. Horton hopes it is. No, it sits up. He has to get out into the field of play, and he does so comfortably. Although referee's got a rule that he's forced it dead. The in-goal touch judge at that end of the ground was right on the spot, and he's ruled that Jake Horton stood then over the dead ball line after picking the football up. The in-goal touch judge, James Vella, made the call at that Parramatta Leagues Club end of the ground. Interesting call by James Vella. He's ruled that Horton has, after the ball is stopped, because the rule is once the ball is stopped and dead inside the dead ball line, once you pick it up, stepping over the dead ball line, you make the ball dead yourself. So a real 50-50 call going the Eagles' way, and they get the goal line dropout.
Yeah, it was a bad mistake by Horton. He's been terrific for Mounties today, but again, not a great poor mistake there. But I've got to give Dunley a rap there. Kick chase has been terrific.
Mason Talalua is 12 metres out from the Mounties goal line, and the Eagles can go and attack again. Da Silva shows and goes. Dunley, inside pass for Connor, but Glassy is there to make the tackle. 4 metres out from that Mounties goal line. Open side now to Stevens. Stevens goes himself. Stevens is close to the goal line. He's going to be playing it 2 metres out. Now from dummy half, John Da Silva goes himself. He's over the goal line, John Da Silva. Can he get the football down? No, he can't. It's all hands on deck for Mounties again, hanging on for dear life as they force a play the ball 10 metres out.
Mounties' scramble defence has been unbelievable in this last couple of minutes, but they need to hang on here.
You get the feeling, Matt, that East Campbelltown have to convert this pressure into points right now as the Eagle takes his time to get to his feet in John Da Silva. He thought he'd got the football down, but he's going to have to play it.
They definitely do, Tony. Again, they've had all the field possession in these last couple of minutes. They need to get some points here.
It's the last tackle. And they go to the blind side with Stevens again. He throws the dummy, Stevens! Oh, great defence again! Super defence, this time Horton over the top in the last line. This black wall is not being moved at the moment, even though East Campbelltown are throwing everything bar the kitchen sink at them.
Great scramble once again and desperation by Mounties. That's the sort of stuff that wins your grand finals.
Here they come now with Taui Galima. What they have to do with the football that's just as important now. Here's Big Seaver. He can light up play from anywhere on the field. But no tries today so far. Nice. He's been denied twice though as Cicino throws a couple of dummies, backs into the traffic, and he's still going the prop. He's 5 metres short of halfway.
He's been well marked, the big winger.
Brad Speechley shows and goes. He wants a man on the inside. No one was coming, but he did eventually throw the pass, and they're 45 out from the East Campbelltown line on the last tackle. Here's Brad Speechley again. He goes to the air. Here's a kick now for Baker to take. And Seaver gets out of his tackle though, Baker. He's through almost. Brad Speechley from behind cuts him to the ground. On the East Campbelltown 30. Da Silva from dummy half now. That's a great run. He's up to halfway. Sage Wilder, the opposite 13, makes the tackle on him. Another slow play, the ball. Both sides now. Tiredness and fatigue will be a factor in these last 15 minutes. Fusi Tautai is tackled 40 out from that Mounties goal line. Michael Stevens trying all he knows from dummy half. He's almost through. He's lost it in the tackle, and Stevens gets it back and restarts the tackle count.
Oh, great play there by Stevens to get the ball back again. Mounties will be under all sorts of pressure here. 6 tackles, 30 metres out.
Very slow play the ball as they untangled. And now it's carted ahead for East Campbelltown by Samasaval. Here's the Eagles' chance starting again with their hardy group of supporters. They go open with Dunley. He links up with Connor to Tovio. Tovio for Moustakis. Moustakis steps back in field. He's picked up and tried to be driven into touch, but he does want to stay in the field of play. He's 7 metres out. Back to the open side they come now. Dunley now for Palumbo. And Palumbo is tackled. A settler. He's 9 out. Still on to the left-hand side. Numbers have been called for. Eventually the show and go links up there with Stevens. Stevens is over. Michael Stevens. The gap just opened up. It was like the parting of the seas for Michael Stevens to score next to the left-hand upright. Is that the critical try in this grand final? East Campbelltown extend their lead to 8 with 14 minutes left in the second half.
Look, they needed to convert all that pressure into points, and they've been able to do that, East Campbelltown. A great little show and go there by the 5'8" Stevens, who every time he gets the ball, he looks dangerous. But again, you know, they've been camped down on that end for the last 5 or 6 minutes, Tony, and they've been able to convert some pressure into points. Well done, East Campbelltown.
Well, it had to come, didn't it? I mean, you got the feeling that if they didn't score here, they would be in trouble. And here's the play. Eventually, they went to the open side, and Michael Stevens found inside a very couple of tired forwards. Horton wasn't backing up on the inside to cover. He picked out a tiring Alex Cicino and ran straight on his left shoulder behind the gap and strolled over to score underneath the posts. And now, East Campbelltown, as I mentioned, a proud club. They've won a Group 6 first grade. They've won a Western Suburbs A grade, a Canterbury A grade, a previous Sydney Shield titleist. Are they on the cusp of the upset? Still a long way to go, though.
Plenty of football left, 13 minutes. Again, they could have an 8-point lead here. But, gee, they look dangerous, East Campbelltown. Every time the two halves seem to pair up in Stevens and Dunley, they certainly look dangerous.
Ben Baker then from right in front of the post, or literally right in front, a couple of metres to the left-hand side of the uprights. He's had a perfect afternoon with the boots so far. He had 4 from 4. He's now got 5 from 5. And it is an 8-point lead now. I jumped the gun after Stevens scored the try, saying that it was going to be extended to 8. Well, it is 8 now. East Campbelltown 26, Mounties 18. 13 minutes to go in the Sydney Shield Grand Final.
Well, one team you can't knock off on is Mount Pritchard. Again, several times this year they've been able to come from behind and get comprehensive victories. Let's see what Mounties have got now.
Download the New South Wales Rugby League app to stay up to date on everything related to the junior reps. Intra Super Premiership, senior competitions, the Origin and much more. Search NSWRL in your app store to download today. Comical error from the restart where everyone looked at each other and the ball went dead. And it's a goal line dropout as a result.
That's the last thing that Coach Barnes would have wanted his Campbelltown team to do. Now it's Mounties' turn to mount a bit of pressure.
Well, the goal line dropout goes 35 on the fly and it bounces for Jake Horton, who dishes off to Cicino. And Cicino carts it ahead. He's 25 metres out from that East Campbelltown goal line. Mounties now certainly have to be the next team to score. Terry Glassy up the centre. He was there in 2014 when they went down narrowly.
Great charge there by the big fella.
And he's 12 metres out. Coochie to Brad Speechley. The show and go for Horton. Horton's close to the goal line. He's 2 metres out. All hands on deck for the Eagles as Connor made the tackle. Now John Martin back on the field at hooker to Miley Lee. Miley Lee goes himself, but the door closes there. The defence is solid. They're still 5 metres out. Now from dummy half Sage Wilder running across field. He's easy meat for the defence. Tackle is made 9 out. We're at the last. Brad Speechley. The grubber, was that played at? No, it's still the last. The tackle count hasn't been restarted. Jake Horton doesn't know what to do from a standing start. Puts the ball to the ground. That was a nothing play. They didn't know what they were doing there, Matt Parrish. And East Campbelltown come away on their own 10 through Michael Stevens, who's been everywhere.
Look, Tony, the difference between the two teams at the moment is the kicking game. Again, their last tackle options. Again, while Mount Pritchard looked very dangerous with the ball, their last tackle options have been poor. Where East Campbelltown have been able to kick the ball long and trap Mounties inside their own goal line twice. And Mount Pritchard had 2 opportunities there to do it and couldn't.
Ronnie Palumbo is tackled on this run. 32 metres out from their own goal line. Amamono Tovio, very willing to take some work himself from dummy half. He's 10 metres short of halfway. The Eagles' chance starts again. Dunley from outside his 40. Gets the clearing kick away. It's been knocked back though by Shannon Chapman, who dishes up with Jake Horton. It's not quite last throw of the dice yet for the Mulga, but it's getting close to it, as Horton is going to be playing it 18 metres out from his own goal line.
We're at the 10-minute mark now, Tony.
Maybe it's time to give Sevo a run at the defence in some space and see what he can do. He is a noted match winner.
He's got to get more involved, the big fella.
Miley Lee, they go to the opposite side of the field away from him though. And it's Sam Iega with his head swathed in bandages. 15 short of halfway. Back to Toole now, but it's one out stuff. And they're bunched behind the ruck, the Mulga. They haven't been in this position all that often this season. Cecino up the centre, slips as he comes to the defence, but he gets an offload away in traffic. No, he's held, says referee Damien Briscoe. So he's asked him to play it on halfway. It's the last tackle. Brad Speechley has to run it to Horton. Here's Sevo, out wide, one-on-one with Baker. Tries the chip kick in over the top. Connor's there to clean up. He takes it on his own 20, and we're inside the last 9.5 minutes of this grand final now.
Once again, the last tackle option was poor, Tony. I thought again he could have put it into that corner and done a big kick chase. But again, he opted to run the ball with a little kick chase and it hasn't come off. Stay
true and wear blue by getting the latest New South Wales Blues Origin supporter merchandise. Shop now through the New South Wales Rugby League website. Visit nswrl.com.au and click on the shop tab. East Campbelltown. Are they 9 minutes away from a second Sydney Shield title in 3 years? Bablon, the Frenchman. He's over his own 40. He's tackled 8 short of halfway. We're at the last tackle now. Stevens says, let's get out of here. Puts the clearing kick away. Is that going to sit up again? Horton, he takes no chances, picks it up in his own in-goal area this time. Gets out into the field of play. And he's almost through, but the tackle is there from Talalua, 15 metres out from the Mounties goal line. They're taking their time getting back, Matt. Seaver has to cart it up himself.
Yeah, once again, a great kick by Stevens out of dummy half, about 45, 50 metres. And again, bringing Mount Pritchard off their own line again.
And it's carted ahead by Sage Wilder. Ooh, sorry, not Sage Wilder, but Fautui Galima. He ducked under a high one. He's 32 out from his own goal line. Brad Speechley trying everything he knows, but he's going nowhere in that tackle. The Eagles supporters like that defence coming in over the top. They go to the open side. Miley Lee, can he get the arms free? He can't. He's on halfway. It's the last tackle. Now to the open side, to Brad Speechley again. The long cut-out pass for Seaver. Here goes the Fijian flyer now. The Baker's there again, equal to the task in defence. What a game the 2015 Shield Player of the Year, Ben Baker, has had. He's lifted in the face of the Fijian flyer, and he may be now slightly ahead on points.
Everywhere the big Fijian flyer goes, he's around his ankles. Another quality tackle there.
So here's East Campbelltown, 7.5 minutes away. Fusi Tautai's made his first mistake for the afternoon, and he's coughed the football up, and Luke Speechley gets it for Mounties. You almost think they've got to score in this set of 6.
Forward.
That pass was very marginal from Cecino, from Cecino to Luke Speechley, I should say. It's John Martin, Terry Glassy. Wilder is 25 metres out. That's Sage Wilder from the East Campbelltown goal line.
They need to hang on here, East Campbelltown.
Miley Lee, short pass for Toole. Out the back, intercepted by Tovio. And maybe, just maybe, 7 minutes to play, Matt Parrish. You don't want to call it yet, but maybe East Campbelltown are on their way here.
Yeah, that was a pressure pass that never should have been thrown. They still had 3 tackles to go there.
John De Silva with the hit up is tackled midway between quarter and half at his own defensive end. 6.5 minutes away. Fusi Tautai hangs onto the ball this time. Takes the tackle of Fautui Galima. 8 short of halfway. What a game this man has had, Stevens. He's had a lot of mates, but Stevens has been outstanding.
Yeah, he has.
3 metres short of halfway, and now he's cramping up. Referee Briscoe stops the clock straight away with 6 minutes and 16 seconds, 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go, as Stevens receives attention. Coming up soon, don't forget, it's the Ron Massey Cup Grand Final. Mounties versus St Mary's, and that will be a cracker as well, leading into our link up with Fox Sports for the Intrust Super Premiership Grand Final later in the day.
Tony, with 6 minutes to go, you can see some very, very tired players out there. Both teams are giving them it all. Again, in a very, very frantic, hectic grand final. Again, it's going to be an exciting 6 minutes here.
Keep up to date on all things New South Wales Rugby League via the official Twitter feed. Search for the @NSWRL handle. Stevens is to his feet eventually, and he'll play the football. Here comes Talalua. Straight ahead, great run. He's 40 out from the Mounties line. They're at the last tackle, and the kick from dummy half is a shocker. It's a Barry Crocker from John Da Silva. Handover for Mounties. Inside the last 6. They've got to be scoring soon. You'd almost think it's got to be in this set of 6.
He's come off Stevens with bad cramp.
And he's run himself into the ground, but they don't have any shortage of troops around East Campbelltown to go on in his absence for this last 5.5 minutes. They need them, though, as Luke Speechley is playing the football. To Brad Speechley now. Open side, Miley Lee, who links up with Horton, who's roaming a roaming commission across that back line now to try and inject something, but this East Campbelltown defence is rock solid. Miley Lee, Terry Glassy up the centre. He's up to the 30. Centre of the ground. Stevens is on the ground receiving attention. Meanwhile, the grubber kick is put in behind the defence. Mastakis has to go back for East Campbelltown, and he's playing at 2 metres out from his own goal line in the last line of defence. 5 minutes to go in this grand final. East Campbelltown lead by 8. They are almost at the finish line, Matt Parrish.
Oh, I think there's a little bit of football left, but again, that was a poor kick again. They still had 3 tackles to go. Drop ball
and
there.
It's a drop ball. It's picked up by Sage Wilder. Sage Wilder. He stands, Sage Wilder. He's not put down. He's very close from that turnover.
They need to come right.
Here's their opportunity now. There are no numbers on the East Campbelltown defensive left. Brad Speechley to Horton. Horton steps back into traffic, though. Baker off his wing to make the tackle alongside Sean Connor. East Campbelltown have scrambled again. They're 7 metres out from the goal line. Speechley at dummy half. Brad Speechley to Cicino. Cicino running across field. Doesn't know what to do with it. Has to take the tackle. He's 9 out from the goal line. Right in front of the posts. Martin at dummy half. Miley Lee turns it back to Toole. Toole up the centre. Stands to Martin. John Martin stands. But the East Campbelltown scrambling defence is everywhere. They're 5 metres out. Open side, Brad Speechley. Brad Speechley! Short pass, out the back for no one.
Try.
That should be a try. It was played at. 6 more tackles. Fautuigalima has scored. This grand final is not over yet. Fautuigalima picked up the loose ball. It was batted back into the in-goal area by Guy Thompson. Tuigalima scores, and Mounties are still alive with 3.5 to go.
East Campbelltown, I thought they were going to hang on there. They were defending their line like their life depended on it. But then like a pass, a little dart by Speechley, who's been dangerous every time he touched the ball, and a little pass that went to ground. And again, a bit of luck for Mount Pitchard. Okay, with 3 minutes to go.
Jake Horton, a vital conversion, strikes it and makes no mistake. We haven't had a goal kick missed today. It was Fusi Tautai, in fact, who has had such a great game in attack, made the mistake or had the reflex reaction to bat at the loose pass from Brad Speechley, only to give Fautuigalima the try. So here it is, 3 minutes to go. East Campbelltown 26, Mounties 24.
They can't panic here, Mount Pitchard. They'll get 2 sets at least at East Campbelltown, at least. So they can't panic here.
There is no off-season. Stay up to date on all the latest on the New South Wales Rugby League's Junior Reps, VB Blues, Intra-Super Premiership and much more via where you're watching right now. The New South Wales Rugby League website, www.nswrl.com.au. Terry Glassy's lost the football. Mounties want a strip. Sage Wilder is pleading with referee Damien Briscoe for a strip call. Terry Glassy is furious. He thought the ball was stripped in the tackle, but referee Damien Briscoe is having none of it. It's a lost ball. 2 minutes 21 left on the clock. Referee has stopped the clock with 2 minutes 21 to go. The scrum's going to pack down with an East Campbelltown loosened feed, and they should run down the clock to a grand final victory from here.
Yeah, they just need to play this set out, East Campbelltown, and put the ball into the in goal. That's their thing. They just need to build some pressure here. Again, a fantastic hit by East Campbelltown on Captain Glassy, which was able to force the ball loose and force the mistake. That's a massive play by East Campbelltown.
There may have been a hand in there, but referee Damien Briscoe thought otherwise. Here's the scrum. It's won by East Campbelltown. Amamono Tovio, who scored the vital try at the start of the second half. He's 10 metres out from the Mounties goal line. Mounties may get one more set of 6 to pull something out of the fire. Bablon, the Frenchman. Glassy's got him. He's 11 out right in front of the posts. Open side they come now to East Campbelltown. They're 7 metres out from the goal line. It's Tiariki making the play. Tovio at dummy half goes himself and quite happily almost gives up a voluntary tackle on tackle 4. He's 5 metres out. Inside the last 90 seconds almost. The dummy is thrown by Standing. Chris Standing was there in 2014 at halfback. Looked for the winner there. From dummy half to Silver. Has he got the football down? Yes, he has! That's the grand final gone! That's the grand final! East Campbelltown have done it! There will be no triple crown for Mounties on grand final day now. The Silver has won the grand final in the last 90 seconds. The East Campbelltown supporters are on their feet. And the proud East Campbelltown Eagles have won their second Sydney Shield title in 3 seasons.
Against all the odds, they've done it. That's great work there by East Campbelltown. Again, Silver's had his second try today, Tony.
That would be his second.
Again, he's had a terrific game, as have a number one of their players. Again, disappointment for Mount Pritchard. They've had a fantastic season, you know, and again, a couple of mistakes late in the game have been really critical to this performance today. But again, take nothing away from East Campbelltown. They've been more desperate. They've had a better kicking game. They've had more will, more desire today than their counterparts, Mount Pritchard.
Well, they were the only side to qualify from the bottom half of the 8, and they were the only side to possibly that I thought could do some damage at the start of this final series across the 3 competitions. Well, they've done more than damage. It's a repeat of 2014. They're celebrating on the bench already. Have a look at them. They know it's going to be a wild old night at Waminda Oval tonight.
It certainly would, and very, very just deserved too. Great work by Coach Barnes to get these guys up for it.
Baker converts. He's ended up with 6 goals from 6 attempts. There's the siren in the background. It's all over. And East Campbelltown, almost against the odds, finished in 5th place at the end of the regular home and away season rounds. They've done it the hard way, and they've won their second Sydney Shield title in 3 seasons against the odds-on favourites, the Mounties. There'll be no triple crown for the Mulga, unfortunately. The odds-on favourites have suffered just their 3rd loss for the season, but they ran into a far more committed East Campbelltown outfit today, Matt Parrish.
They certainly did. Look, congratulations must go to the runners-up, Mount Pritchard, on the fine season they've had. Again, they've scored an amazing amount of points. You can see they're well coached, well drilled, and had a great year, and they've had a great year as a club. But again, East Campbelltown have come out here today and wanted to play some footy. They've had a very, very good kicking game. They stuck to their structures that the coach obviously instructed them throughout the week. You know, their commitment and their desire was second to none today, and there was some fantastic performances. Again, you know, Ben Baker, you know, again, prolific try scorer with 28, but I thought and again, great goal kicker.